Okay, so some things in our lives are totally beyond belief. Beyond belief. Beyond belief? Really? Let's talk about this, and I'll be right back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, I'm Jan. Welcome to another episode on the Save Money and More with Jan channel. Today I'm going to emphasize more with Jan part as opposed to the save money part. Now, some things in life are unbelievable. For example, like some of the grocery prices that we face. Okay. Some things, the prices are literally from the sublime to the ridiculous. We all know that. We've all experienced that, especially in the recent past. Oh, my word. But today I'm not going to talk about saving money. Today I'm going to put on my thinking cap for other stuff. Okay. Yesterday, in fact, I didn't even really expect to be producing a video today, but I felt led to create this video today. Yesterday, just minding my own business. Yesterday was Friday, April 5th. I'm recording this on Saturday, April 6th, and it will be uploaded on Saturday, April 6th, 2024. Just give you a little bit of a slate there. All right, for somebody that might listen to this audio video in a few months, just like to give a timeline here. All right, so yesterday I'm just having a conversation with the Everywhere with Steve Young 74 personality, Steve Young 74. And as everybody knows, we're friends, been friends for many years. And so I just happened to be talking to him, voice clipping him back and forth. Because honestly, I'm not like the hugest fan of texting and typing. So, when we can, we voice clip, messages, about our shows, and other stuff. And so we're in the middle of like, voice clipping back and forth yesterday morning. And I all of a sudden I'm sitting in my work chair, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I feel a vibration under me, but that's not so unusual in the city because there's a lot of construction. Many times I feel vibration sensations, whatever. So and then, however, it got gradually worse and continuous. And I'm like, this is really creepy. Then it subsided in about 20 to 30 seconds. And because I remember what it felt like to be in an aftershock, earthquake aftershock from an event that occurred about, I don't know, 13 years back. So it felt just like that. In that case, I was outside in the street and I felt like the street was pulling me. It was the weirdest thing, sort of like that gravitational pull you feel at the ocean, at the shore. It was really, really weird. Okay. All right. So I said, well, this feels just like an earthquake. So I went back on voice clip and I said, Steve, this is totally unrelated to what we're talking about, but I think New York City just had an earthquake. So then I go and check with other people that I know locally, and they're like, yep, their whole apartment shook. Some people I know, their houses shook. Oh, this was just like, it's just unbelievable, right? Just absolutely unbelievable. Now, it's not impossible for an earthquake to occur in New York City. The last actual earthquake, which was bigger, was around about 140 years back. But the actual earthquake epicenter occurred somewhere in, I guess, like some part of central New Jersey. And of course, people for many, many miles around felt the effects of it. It is a weird, weird feeling. All right. So this is something, just refresher, reminder of wow, unbelievable, but true, right? Okay. Next reminder is that on Monday, okay, Monday upcoming, April 8th, is a huge eclipse event going to happen. Now, this isn't my first rodeo with eclipse, okay, because back in the pretty much late 60s, there was a pretty big eclipse, of which at the time I was a student in elementary school, the same school I ended up teaching at later on. Anyway, and that day, the class decided to be not cooperative. And our then teacher, who eventually became a good friend of mine as a grown up, which is really weird, but it was funny. Making a long story short, she had given the entire class a punish lesson for a few kids who wouldn't fess up and admit that they did the wrongdoing. And of course, the others are not going to say a word. So, what we had to do was copy down a chapter in a history book, just write the chapter from the book onto notebook paper. Oh, that was a lot of fun. And I remember doing that during a total eclipse, or well, an eclipse, put it that way. I don't remember specifically the type of eclipse. I was too young, and I'm like, this is the way I'm supposed to experience an eclipse, sitting around doing a punish lesson for something I personally didn't do, but somebody else did. And the whole class, unfortunately, had to suffer for that. It wasn't fair, but that's the way that teacher handled it. Okay. So I remember that eclipse very, very vividly. All right. So we're talking about, unbelievable but true, unbelievable but true situations. Now, there are many unbelievable but true situations. I purposely, behind my image, you will see, images of fish swimming, right? Okay. Beautiful sight. I call those tropical fish. I'm not a fish expert, so I'll just label it tropical fish. Okay. They look amazing. And it is an amazing thing. It's very soothing, it's very calming, and it's very much part of the world and very much part of nature, and so on and so forth. Why am I talking about all these events? I mean, I could go on a list like about 1,000 other things that are just unbelievable, but true. Well, there's just, so many things to list that there wouldn't be enough time in the day to list them. But here's the thing, the why factor. I'm going to get into the why factor, but I'll be right back. And don't forget to do the following. Before I get into the why factor, why not click the like button? If you are already this far into the video, why not click the like button? Just saying, it's very, very important. All right. So while I have my save money cap off for this video, I wanted to talk about some other stuff. Okay. This is the and more part with Jan. Thank you so much for sticking by me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So, if you weren't listening to the first part of this video, or distracted for another reason, basically I outlined, pointed out some unbelievable but true events, like the recent earthquakes in New York City are not impossible, they are just infrequent. What seems to be very possible and rather frequent is the bird clock in the background. Anyone who has listened to this channel for any length of time would know. All right, so now I want to give the reason why I'm pointing out all of these unbelievable but true situations. I really believe in my heart of hearts that a lot of people have come away from thinking that there is something bigger and greater than us. What I love about these natural phenomena, like example, the earthquake that occurred, and thankfully no one got hurt, so that's the main thing, okay? But I'm going to extract something good. And we did have a few aftershocks, by the way. And I'll tell you a story about that too. Uh, but we meaning, the people of the world at large in this location, I believe many folks had a wake up call. And now we have a beautiful thing that's about to occur. Very interesting. A scientific moment, natural moment on Monday, coming up with the eclipse, right? Okay. I think many people in society have come away from the thought that there is something bigger and greater than us. I don't know what it takes with some folks. Honestly, I really don't. And a lot of people like to choose, pretty words, mother nature or whatever word, people are using. I say it's God. Okay. I come right out with it. In my belief system, it is God. Okay. And God is greater than man, and God is greater than all the scientists you could line up and their fancy theories, because without God, we don't have all that stuff. Okay. We start with, sometimes I think there is a sense of literally human arrogance, thinking we are so smart. We created all sorts of intelligent features. Yeah, it is smart. And yeah, okay, great. How'd you do that? How'd you do that? Did you do it on your own? I don't think so. Sorry. So when people across many states, let's think about, dial it back to Friday, dial it back to yesterday. How many thousands of people were affected by one action, that earthquake? Just imagine, an earthquake caused that. And this was one of those, thankfully, no one got hurt earthquakes type thing, okay? Unlike that other earthquake far, far away from here, which did cause damage, okay? There are things bigger and greater than people. I just wish, this is just my personal belief, and this is why I'm disabling the comments, because there's really nothing more to say on this. This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion, and I'm not up for a debate, and I'm not going to debate it, because this is my opinion. And actually, beyond opinion, it's my belief. Let's call it what it really is, Jan. It's your belief, right? It is my belief. Okay? God is bigger than man. Period. God is bigger and greater than man. Okay? I know some people would rather think differently. I don't. And a whole bunch of other people, thankfully, don't. We know there's something bigger and greater. We could call it all these other names. I choose to use the word God. I choose to use the word God. Why is this helpful? I think it is helpful to keep a healthy perspective of things. And I think that's part of the problem today. Things are not put in a healthy perspective. They are not. Now let's go back to the teacher that ruined my day of the original eclipse I should have seen back in the late 1960s. Well, we ended up becoming, very good friends as adults, because I ended up teaching there. But I also volunteered every single summer on purpose. From sixth grade on, a good friend of mine and I, we volunteered our time to work for the church and to work for the school. We carried mattresses up and down from attics, because the church convent was connected to the school. We did a lot of personal things for the nuns to help them out, like, just clean things, paint things. We wanted to, okay? And you know what? I don't regret one loss, so-called loss of those summers. They were the greatest summers of my life. I look back. Even my friend and I agree with that. They were the greatest summers of our life. Because, there is something bigger than man, and we call him God. And we want to do things because it's the right thing to do. That's just the way it is. And I think if more people believe that, I think the world would be a better place. There you go. Listen, that's just my personal belief. And I'm wishing everybody an amazing, fantastic day. And before I do go, I just want to say this. And it's when the chips are down and a person has that strong belief system, them in their life. It's when the chips are down, they know at all times they could turn to someone bigger and greater than they are and give their troubles to. And it just feels so much better lightening up the load. There you go. Have an amazing, fantastic day, everybody, whatever your faith is. I wish everyone the very best, and thank you so much for your time. Thank you once again for clicking like, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. Come back for more videos similar to this, but mainly money saving videos. But every once in a while, I'm going to do an and more video. Have a great day.